Hey there, and welcome to another episode of your favorite libertarian. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the Defense Mechanisms Helion jacket. Are you ready? Here we go! All right, we're about to go outside and test this coat or jacket, if you will, in some inclement weather. It is raining right now, about 50 degrees, so nothing crazy, but we're gonna see how this fares in the weather, if it stays waterproof, and if it keeps me warm. Here we go. There's kind of two things happening with this jacket. Because it has this ventilation on the sides, on both sides here, and it also has some proprietary super space age material, it is doing a really good job of regulating your core body temperature to be not too hot and also not too cold. You'll see in this video that I am working on some stuff outside. It's raining, it's cold. I'm also exerting myself slightly and warming myself up. And I didn't ever get to the point where I was breaking a sweat, though I should have. And I also never got too cold, which was great. I don't have any water that's actually broken through the membrane, the outer membrane, and all of the water's just beating off, which is fantastic. And I also am working with some stuff that's really dirty and should have gotten all over my super long sleeves. They're actually long enough for my arms, which is pretty great. It never broke through, it never really stained anything either, which was great. The second clip does not exist because I didn't feel like filming, but essentially I was at a bonfire, and this time it was 75 degrees at night. I was wearing this jacket and just a t-shirt like I am now, and I wanted to test it in this way just to see if I would get too hot. I knew I had the ventilation on the side, so I wanted to just test it out and see if I would have any issues with it being that warm, if I could still regulate body heat, not break a sweat, etc. Surprisingly, it worked well again, and I didn't have any issues where it was getting too warm. And then as the night got cooler, I was still very comfortable in this jacket. So bonus points for not getting too hot either. If you want people to look at you funny, wear a jacket like this when it's 75 degrees outside. What? You want me to model this jacket for you? All right then, here I go. Pros and cons. First, the pros. This jacket is extremely light. This is actually lighter, even though it looks like puffy and it looks like it could be a winter jacket. It's lighter than my super thin Under Armour jacket that is basically just like a windbreaker that goes over my hoodie in the winter. This is lighter than that, and looking at both of them, you would think for sure that this would be heavier. The other thing that's nice about this, because of the material, you can just crumple it up into like a little ball. This can pack really easily in any packs that you have, and then it comes back out and you're not worried about crumpling it or having weird problems with the insulation as you bundle it all up. And that's just science, guys. It's science. Which brings us to our first con, the pockets. And this kind of goes partially into the material that it's made of and how light it is. One of the perceived issues or perceived cons for me is that this is so light that it just doesn't feel as durable to me. Maybe psychologically something in my mind's telling me this is super light, so it can't be super strong. But one of the things I worry about is these zippers. These zippers are really great, pro point, that they're recessed and they really help you not get any water in here, because they're recessed. You can see, like, all you can really tell is that there's a little tab here. You can't even really see the pocket. If I pull it out like this, you can see the recessed pocket right here, and you can unzip it. That's great. You can get your hand in there. You can get out something to start fires with. You can get out, we'll say this is just a pen for writing purposes. And that's all great. When you go to zip it back up though, I have had a couple times where I've snagged the zipper. I haven't actually done any negative damage to this section here from the zipper, but sometimes it does get caught because it is recessed. So that's kind of not great. The other thing that's not awesome about this pocket, and both side pockets there, is that when you put stuff in it, if you're like leaning back, because this pocket is almost to the very bottom where the zipper goes, if you have this all the way unzipped, stuff can fall out. And I have had these things fall out of my pockets before when I'm just sitting down and getting back up, or like leaning back and relaxing while I'm wearing my cool jacket. So that's kind of unfortunate, but all you have to do to really remedy that is zip it up a little bit, and then you can still get your hand in there and nothing's gonna come falling out. This zipper seems to be okay. I haven't really had any issues with this. There's that one time, I think the only time that happened was while I was modeling for you, and I went to zip it up all the way while the hood was up, and it got a little caught there, but I barely ever actually used the hood. I just like the look of the hood in the back. You know, it's all about aesthetics for me, as you could probably tell from my super high production YouTube channel. But otherwise, haven't really had any issues with the zipper. It zips pretty easily, and pretty sure it's YKK. Yep, YKK zippers, and has a little pull tab here. Can we talk about these sleeves? I feel like we need to. A couple things I want to note, especially for my tall, skinny dudes out there. One, let's talk about the wrist section here. Yes, I'm taken, ladies. The wrist section is very nice, very comfortable, nice, smooth, and stretchy material. This is great if you want to make sure that when you're pushing dangerous things out, that your wrists are covered and protected from the elements. And if you want to be able to have a watch on and you want to check the time, you can do that, and then you can put it back around the watch and not have to worry about the watch slipping over the fabric or the fabric slipping over the watch. That's pretty cool. The other thing that's very important to note for super tall people, and I don't know about super tall, I guess I'm like slightly above average, but someone who, like me, is 6'3", 180 pounds, it's really hard, especially in the tactical clothing community, to find something that is long enough for your freakishly long arms and nice and svelte, is that the word? Nice and slim, nice and form-fitting in the torso area. Typically, if it's long enough for your arms, you're swimming in it everywhere else like you're a kid wearing your dad's t-shirt to bed. And if it's tight around the torso, it's way too short for your arms. Not anymore, no longer with Defense Mechanism's Helion jacket. If anyone has any questions, let me answer them about these patches here. I have the Rebel Alliance patch, as you can see before you, to note my allegiance to the Rebels. And then I also have the Jedi Order patch, very prestigious patch. You can only get it if you're a real Jedi, so. probably won't be able to get it on the website, but if you do show the proper credentials, you could buy this at Rylock Relics. Probably you know what. I would look them up on the internet. I will say this, their website, and I should say his website is probably one guy that is making these patches to order, because the website does not look like a super legit website, but rest assured it is a real website. I gave him my money, and then I received these patches in return. I want to say these are $5 a piece, and then I don't know, I can't remember if I paid shipping or not, but check them out. It's a real site, tons of really cool nerdy designs, and yeah, it's okay quality. It's not like the best quality patch I've ever seen, but it's got a really good design. So if you're in the market and you want to check them out, go ahead. They're not sponsoring me. They don't know that I did this video, but wow, this is a really long segment on patches. I should just leave. First impressions on this jacket. It's getting late, guys. I'll roll in some B-roll of this jacket so you can see up close, get all the nitty-gritty details of what it looks like on the inside, outside, etc. But I will say, I really like this jacket so far. In the slight amount of testing I've done, it's performed fantastic, and it's very light, which is great. It packs up really tight, which is great. You can put a plate carry-on over it if you want, or under it, which is great. And it is really good so far, it seems, at keeping you not too hot and not too cold, which is right in the spot where I want to be. We talked a little bit about pros and cons in this video. One more con that I would like to offer to you for your consideration is the price. This is not an inexpensive jacket. For those of you who are more budget conscious, $200 might be a lot to spend for something that is not super winter rated for sub-zero temperatures, and also is not swim underwater waterproof. Now, I did not pay full retail, and I would suggest that you don't pay full retail for this, but I think even at full retail, it's a good buy because of all the reasons I listed prior to this section of the video, if I'm editing this correctly. But our favorite libertarian, how do we get the discounts? Well, I'm glad you asked, but I'm not sure why I'm so freakishly tall in this scenario. Either way, there's two ways that you can save some money on this sweet sick gear. One of which is by signing up for an MDFI class. Again, trainmdfi. You know what, you know the drill by now. Either way, if you sign up for one of these classes, you not only will become better at being more educated and knowing what to do in horrible situations, you'll be a better protector, you'll also be cooler, you'll have plus 50 speed points, and you'll be more confident with the ladies. After doing all of that, you'll also have access to all of the alumni discount codes, one of which is for Defense Mechanisms, as the owner of Defense Mechanisms actually is an alumni of MDFI. Fun fact. The other way that you can save some moolah on this sweet gear is by
going to my Linktree, of course, by clicking the Linktree link in the pinned comment or in the description of this video. That's where you'll find all the links for all the things. If you want to do shopping through those links, that really helps support the channel. And in a lot of cases, there are exclusive discount codes for my subscribers, such as the code for Defense Mechanisms. If you use code YOURFAVE at checkout, it'll save you 10% off your entire order. That's code YOURFAVE for Defense Mechanisms savings.
The last thing I'll leave you with is this. I know I talk a lot about Rumble, and you're like, who cares? Like, we just want to be on YouTube and we don't have to sign up for anything else. I get it, I understand. But if you want to watch my content early, before every Friday when I upload it, as soon as I'm done with the video, I put it right on Rumble. So if you want to see it early, you might want to think about going on Rumble. I do have an affiliate thing. If you click on the Join Rumble link in my Linktree, it helps me out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free for you to do. And if you want to watch my content early, that's a place to do it. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay free. And God bless.